Um, I want to discuss one more thing that's full of symbolism as far as showing Jesus for who he really is, and that's in the tomb. So after he's been crucified and he's put in the tomb, John describes the tomb as a holy of holies. So John describes the tomb in such a way that his audience and us later on would have at once understood that he was speaking of the Holy of Holies, and that Christ was not only the high priest who belonged there, but Jehovah himself. So John has crafted his narrative so that we understand that Jesus is the rightful Davidic king riding into Jerusalem. He's the rightful high priest who cleanses the temple, and now he's Jehovah himself who sits in the Holy of Holies. So we read in John 20, the first day of the week cometh Mary Magdalene early, when it was yet dark, unto the sepulchre, and seeth the stone taken away from the sepulchre, and seeth the linen clothes lie, and the napkin, which was about his head, not lying with the linen clothes, but wrapped together in a place by itself. But Mary stood without at the sepulchre weeping, and as she wept, she stooped down and looked into the sepulchre, and seeth two angels in white sitting, the one at the head and the other at the feet, where the body of Jesus had lain. So John describes this so that the place where Jesus lay has become the mercy seat found in the Holy of Holies, which was considered the throne of God. The two angels sitting at the head and the foot are the two cherubim, one at either end of the seat. This was where Jehovah sat and spoke with Moses. So if we think of the Ark of the Covenant, that's the mercy seat, the ark that the children of Israel brought with them. And it contained the Ten Commandments, and it contained all these things. Well, we're used to a depiction of the Ark of the Covenant looking like it did in Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, right? The lid of that seat, or of the ark, was not anything you could sit on. It was full of filigree gold and pointed tips and cherubim wings that touched in the center. You couldn't sit on this. But the way that it was actually described was that it was a large box that sat on the ground, and the lid was flat, and it had a cherubim on either side, almost like an armrest or something. And when it sat in the tabernacle, this was the throne of God, and Jehovah himself would sit between the two cherubim and speak with Moses. And so that's what John is describing here in the tomb.